The city trembled when the name Alessandro De Luca was whispered in dark corners of expensive restaurants and underground clubs, a man whose power stretched beyond law, beyond fear, beyond mercy, and yet even this feared Mafia boss could not control the one person who carried his blood, his daughter, Isabella De Luca, the storm no one survived twice. She was fire wrapped in silk, rebellion dressed in diamonds, and every private tutor, bodyguard, therapist, and elite boarding school had failed to tame her. She had smashed crystal chandeliers during charity galas, humiliated politicians at dinner tables, and once locked her own security team outside her penthouse just to prove she could. Rumors said she once made a grown man cry with nothing but her words. The staff rotated every 2 weeks, nannies quit in tears, chefs resigned overnight, and security guards requested reassignment. She wasn't cruel without reason, she was broken, furious at a world that gave her everything except freedom. Her mother had died when she was young, and since then Alessandro replaced affection with protection, love with control, and guidance with fear. The mansion felt like a golden prison, and Isabella made sure everyone inside felt the bars rattle. One evening, after she threw a priceless vase against a marble wall because dinner was 3 minutes late, Alessandro finally snapped. 50 staff members had failed her in 2 years. "Find someone who isn't afraid," he ordered coldly, his voice quieter than danger itself. Meanwhile, across town, in a cramped apartment above a laundromat, lived Sofia Romano, a poor waitress juggling double shifts, unpaid bills, and a sick younger brother who needed medicine she could barely afford. Sofia had learned early that life does not hand you mercy, you carve it out with dignity. Her hands were rough from washing dishes, her shoes worn thin, but her spirit? Unbreakable. When the mansion's recruiter walked into her restaurant offering a salary that could change her family's life, she laughed, thinking it was a joke. "You want me to manage a spoiled billionaire?" she asked. "Not manage," the recruiter corrected. "Survive." Everyone warned her. The last caretaker left within 48 hours. Some said Isabella broke people psychologically. Others said she enjoyed humiliating them. But Sofia didn't see a monster, she saw a lonely girl screaming for someone to hear her without fear. The first day at the De Luca mansion felt like stepping into another universe, marble floors, silent hallways, armed guards at every corner. Isabella didn't even look at her when they were introduced. "Another one?" she muttered, scrolling on her phone. "How long are you staying?" 2 days. 3? Sofia didn't bow. She didn't flinch. She simply said, "I'll stay as long as you need." That answer made Isabella pause for the first time in years. The testing began immediately. Isabella insulted her clothes, mocked her accent, ordered impossible tasks, spilled coffee deliberately on the floor, and accused her of incompetence in front of staff. But Sofia didn't react. She cleaned calmly. She responded gently. She refused to engage in power games. And that confused Isabella more than anger ever could. The mansion staff watched, waiting for the explosion. It didn't come. Instead, something strange happened. One night, during a violent thunderstorm, the power flickered and the mansion fell silent. Isabella, who claimed she feared nothing, froze when lightning struck close by. Sofia noticed the slight tremble in her hands. Without a word, she brought a candle and sat across from her. "Storms are loud," Sofia said softly, "but they always pass." Isabella scoffed, but she didn't leave. Minutes turned into an hour. They talked, not about money, not about power, but about missing mothers, about loneliness that hides behind arrogance, about what it feels like to have the world expect perfection while you're breaking inside. For the first time, Isabella didn't perform. She listened. The next morning, the staff noticed something impossible. Isabella showed up to breakfast on time. She didn't shout. She didn't throw anything. She even said, "Thank you." Alessandro watched from a distance, suspicion in his sharp eyes. No one had ever reached his daughter before. He called Sofia into his office, walls lined with secrets and danger. "What did you do?" he asked. Sofia met his gaze without trembling. "I treated her like a human being, not a problem." That answer lingered in the room long after she left. Days turned into weeks. Isabella stopped testing Sofia and started trusting her. She asked about her brother. She asked about real life outside gated walls. One afternoon, she secretly followed Sofia to the city and saw how she lived: small apartment, medicine bottles on the table, unpaid notices stacked neatly. Something shifted inside the girl who once believed money solved everything. And that was the moment the impossible began: not control, not obedience, but transformation. But power never changes without resistance. Enemies of Alessandro noticed his daughter was calmer, happier, more visible in public. A weakness, they thought. And weakness in the Mafia world invites danger. The chapter closes as a black SUV begins following Isabella's car one evening, and for the first time, the girl who feared nothing may face something she cannot fight alone.